JBS, Betty Lou, good to see you. Rob B, JBS, said hello to you already. Katrinka, LOL in the house. Who else we got here? Southern Tier Prepper is here. Rum Runner in the house. Rob B, what up? KP Heathen, what's good? Donald H. Huth, good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. Yeah, too soon to tell Tuesday. And what is too soon to tell? That's still to be determined, B Savage, but we're working on it. We got a few articles here this evening I wanted to bring to everybody's attention. There is some stuff going on here in the People's Republic of New Yorkistan that we're going to get to a little bit later. Rescue, good to see you, brother. Don't sell your silver, be savage. I've got my my zombie coin right here, man. This thing is awesome. It's a walker. Love it. It's got a biohazard on the back. Gotta get some ornate silver, right? You can't just have run-of-the-mill garbage stuff, but love that thing. Some random dude, what's good? Hope all is well with everybody. Moonsprouts, good to see you. Ohio Valley Prepping in the house. What up, Rural 2 IC? I see you. See you. Well, the weather this evening, here we are in the People's Republic of New Yorkistan in the good old Hudson Valley, right? Poughkeepsie, believe it or not, is kind of the center of everything. Vision preparedness, I'm going to have to call you back in a minute, bro. Sorry. I'm currently live, but I'll call you back in like an hour. Prepared Irishman, what's up? American Viking, what's good? American Viking says YouTube ad sucks. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Gen X Gemini, Miko Wolf, what up? Winning streak. Half-ass ready. Good to see you, my friend. So from the weather underground here in Poughkeepsie, New York, it is currently 66 degrees. I will drop this. Where'd it go? It's gone. It's gone. There it is. There it is. There it is. I gotta look around the camera here, see what's up. That is the Weather Underground, my favorite app for weather. It's my go-to, and 10-day forecast not looking good here in the Hudson Valley. Be savage for real. A lot of rain coming all the way through Saturday. We're looking at scattered thunderstorms here. Rain tonight, rain tomorrow, cloudy on Thursday, 75. Friday, 79 p.m. thunderstorms. Saturday, scattered thunderstorms, 76. Sunday, 72, partly cloudy. Monday, 68. And there's your rest of your week. WTC, good to see you, my friend. And you can just type in your zip code or whatever you want into Weather Underground. That will give you the local weather right there. We had a 4.1 earthquake. Holy cow. I'm sorry, Katrinka, that's wild. Earthquakes are not fun, especially when you don't get them on a regular basis. I experienced one here in New York about a year ago. Crazy, man. Crazy stuff. Some random dude. Good to see you, brother. Market watch. Today, the Dow closed down 269 points. S&P up 42.36. NASDAQ up 300 points. Holy shit. Gold up $10.70 an ounce at $3,258 an ounce. Now, don't forget your ounces are troy when it comes to gold and silver. Don't be getting scammed, right? So, too soon to tell Tuesday. What's it too soon to tell? Grit and Grace. Keep losing internet. Well, I hope you are well and safe, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. Even if things are glitchy, appreciate you. Thank you. The Trumpster has said, Iran has a choice, right? Iran has a choice. Drop the nuclear weapons or face maximum pressure. There's a lot of B-52s and B-2 bombers sitting at Diego Garcia. I think that's what maximum pressure looks like, in my personal opinion, but maybe he's talking about something else. I don't know. We never know what this guy is saying until he does it, right? We have no idea. Be Savage. I think it's already on, my friend. President Donald Trump targeted Iran in his first major speech in Saudi Arabia, warning Tehran that it must choose between never having nuclear weapons or dealing with his wrath. Ugh, Hobson, good to see you. If Iran's leadership rejects the olive branch and continues to attack their neighbors, they will have no choice but to inflict massive maximum pressure, Trump said during an address to business leaders in Saudi Arabia. The choice is theirs to make, he added. Too soon to tell where that's going to go. Hobson, really appreciate it. The sharing is how we find new people here, because let's face it, man. YouTube ain't sharing this. Hang on, I got to look around you again and paste this article in the chat for everybody so you can check it out. And I'll drop all these in the comments section after the live stream so you can come back and click on them nice and easy and refer to what we're talking about. You're going to pair your Starlink with some LoRa devices. Wow. American Viking. That is cool stuff, man. Keep doing the things with the LoRa networks. Keep building your comms, right? As much as you can. If you're upgrading a radio or anything like that, we've got some links to Midland and places like that. If you're in the GMRS radios, they're one of the best around. Check it out, man. Rural says, S2 said the B2s are back home. Only B52s are left there. Interesting. Very interesting, Rural. That's wild. The next article I want to discuss with you guys is something a little more common sense. And a lot of folks don't want to get on an aircraft right now, right? Between the delays, the accidents we've been seeing, all those kind of things, folks do not want to get on an airplane, right? So with that, this article from thehill.com says Americans are embracing road trips for the upcoming Memorial holiday weekend. AAA data shows that 39.4 million people will be driving for Memorial Day weekend. That's a lot of people. They cite high cost and air traffic control issues have left travelers uncertain about flying. Some popular travel destinations include Denver, Orlando, and Seattle. So if you're in any of those three cities, prepare for an influx of people, right? Let's see. Donald H. Huth says, I feel better. Went to my doctor. Oh, no, man. I'm sorry. Well, I hope you're feeling better. I'm glad you're on your way. Prepper Now today with ATC was messed up. I didn't get to catch it today, winning streak. I will definitely check it out. So if you're in one of those three cities, pay attention. There's a lot of people coming. Everybody wants to travel there for Memorial Day. It says driving is usually the preferred mode of transportation during holiday travel periods, with 87% of Memorial Day travelers opting for road trips. Gas prices are expected to be lower this year compared to last year, with AAA data showing prices being 50 cents cheaper per gallon. That's what's up. We need some more of that, right? AAA also projects 3.61 million people will be flying over the holiday weekend, which is nearly a 2% increase from the 3.55 million travelers in 2024. Booking data shows domestic flights are 2% more expensive from last year, with the cost on average round-trip ticket being $850. Good golly. It's not cheap to travel, right? American Viking, you got screwed. Hobson, it's down a little bit here, right? Gen X Gemini, that's what I'm saying, man. A lot of people stay local, right? Stay local. Not a lot of folks got an extra, $1,000 laying around to throw on going somewhere for the holiday weekend. I'm not sure where all these people are at, but I ain't seen none of them around here. That's for sure. The folks around here, we get in our cars and we drive somewhere. Maybe go for a hike or something like that. Old Mutt, good to see you. Be savage, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Gen X Gemini, in some cases, yeah, that's more than folks' monthly rent payments, right? For the apartment dwellers. Totally could be. Oh, what did I forget to do? I did not copy and paste this into the chat, but I'm working on it. Oh, Hobson, that's the only way to be, man. These are my people. These are my people. They've been grinding with me for a long time. Like Holly Ivins, The Watchmen. The AI games have begun. The Watchmen, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. I'm going to get to something a little bit like that here in a little bit. It's bizarro. There's no one flying the plane. True story. True story. Oh, man, did you guys hear about the Diddy stuff today? Ugh. Gross. Abby, good to see you. Hello, Eric M1RV and family. What up? Hope all is well. Just grotesque, man. Grotesque. The stuff that's coming out. Disgusting, man. Disgusting. His former girlfriend testified today. I was reading some of it. I had to put it down. It's terrible. Terrible, man. Terrible. If he's truly guilty of what they said he did, and apparently there's a lot of video evidence of all of this, so wood chipper, man. Wood chipper. Save the taxpayers' money. This dude does not need to be locked up. Just wood chipper. William K's, if you Google it, it's just the first witness is pretty damning, and there's more to come, unfortunately. So Amy King, yeah, control freak, right? Total control freak. Apparently that was his MO. Everything was about control. And he's a predator, man. He's straight up predator. It's disgusting. Terrible. Terrible. B Savage says the axial seamount underwater volcano 300 miles off the coast of Oregon is predicted to erupt in 2025. Heard about it. There's a lot of volcanoes actually ready to go. And with the sun doing its thing, man, we're still solar maximum as far as I'm concerned. It's anytime, man. One of these big solar blips just lines up just right, and that's the end of it. Rescue, unfortunately, you are correct, my friend. These folks need to not exist anymore, right? I was watching some snippets of a Tim Tebow interview that's coming out soon on the Sean Ryan podcast. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but man, I'll tell you what, he's a good guy doing good things, Tim Tebow, trying to rescue kids who are sex trafficked. It's incredible, some of the stuff that they're putting out and bringing to the public's attention. Wild, terrible shit. B Savage, around here we like to say that we live in a post-truth era. The truth, as we once knew it, is dead, and everything we're fed is propaganda nowadays, right? Propaganda with a little twist on it, one way or the other. American Viking, yeah, the Caleb House, Bear Independent doing big things out there, man. Big things. Oh, our next article goes down the rabbit hole a bit. We were talking about the AI taking over earlier. The Watchman had brought it up. And Apple, right? Apple is supporting a new brain implant to be able to control your iPhone with your brain. You don't even have to touch it anymore. You just got to think about it, and it does the thing, right? That's wild. Rescue. Thank you for sharing the Caleb House link. If you guys want to donate to the Caleb House, highly recommend it. Great people doing big things for forgotten about people, right? So the iPhone maker works with startup Synchron on a new brain slash computer interface to assist people with disabilities. That's how they always, always market this stuff, right? They want to market it to helping people with disabilities. That's the same story that I heard with the Neuralink, right? Elon Musk's Neuralink. He wants to make paralyzed people walk again. This is a little different. Apple is embracing the world of brain-computer interfaces, unveiling a new technology that one day could revolutionize how humans interact with their devices. The company is taking early steps to enable people to control their iPhones with neural signals captured by a new generation of brain implants. It could make Apple devices more accessible to tens of thousands of people who can't use their hands because of severe spinal cord injuries or diseases such as ALS. Apple is looking forward to the day, still some years away, when implants developed by Elon Musk's Neuralink, haha, we found the connection already, and its rival to receive approval from the FDA. Such implants, known as brain-computer interfaces, have already been safely placed in a handful of patients. So these things are already taking place, right? Wild, man. This is wild. Historically, humans interacted with their computer mechanically using a keyboard and mice. Smartphones introduced touch, a behavioral input, but still an observable physical movement. The new capability means Apple devices won't need to see the user make specific movements. The devices can detect the user's intentions from decoded brain signals. Right. Apple has worked on the new standard with Synchron, which makes a stent-like device that is implanted in a vein atop the brain's motor cortex. This device, called the stent rod, has electrodes that read brain signals. It translates the signals into selecting icons on a screen. Apple took similar steps in 2014 when it launched a technology standard for hearing aids to communicate with iPhones via Bluetooth, a standard most hearing aids have since adopted. Now, putting freaking Bluetooth in a hearing aid and implanting an electrode stent in somebody's brain, in their motor cortex, forgive me, these are vastly different worlds. Not even freaking close, okay? So they may have pioneered hooking up Bluetooth to hearing aids so you can use your phone through your hearing aid. But this does not even freaking come close to comparing to a stent in your motor cortex of your brain. Wow. Mark Jackson, an early tester of the stent rod implant, was able to peer over the ledge of a mountain in the Swiss Alps and feel his legs shake. Jackson can't stand up. He wasn't in Switzerland. He was wearing an Apple virtual reality headset, which was connected to his implant. Jackson can't travel from his home outside of Pittsburgh because he has ALS. Still, he is learning how to control his iPhone, iPad, and Vision Pro headset thanks to connections between his Stenode implant and Apple's various operating systems. So they're already testing this. This is already unveiled. This dude already has an implant, and now we're hearing about it, right? The Synchron device effectively translates brainwaves, following a user to navigate around a screen and select an icon. It works with a feature inside Apple's operating system called Switch Control, which literally switches control to a new input device like a joystick, or in this case, a brain implant. Rob B, yeah, this is feeling very matrixy, right? Minority Report. Be Savage, you ain't too far off. Got to be honest with you. Definitely body snatching. Yeah, yeah. Um, and we have not gotten to the darkest part of this Tuesday, too soon to tell Tuesday yet. That is that's in your next half hour because that's something. Let's see. Jackson cautioned that Synchron's technology is still in the early stages of development. He can't use it to mimic moving a cursor with a mouse or a touchscreen with fingers, so navigation is much slower than normal interactions with a computer or a smartphone. Today, brain computer interface companies have to trick computers into thinking the signals coming from their implants are coming from a mouse, said Synchron chief executive Tom Oxley. More is possible with standard built specifically for these implants, he said. Apple will release the new standard later this year for other developers. It's interesting. Hobson, have a great night. Thank you for stopping in, man. Let's see. Morgan Stanley has estimated that around 150,000 people in the U.S. who suffer from critical upper limb impairments could be early candidates for the brain computer interface device. It anticipates that the first commercial approval for such a device will come in 2030. Oxley said he believes Synchron will receive approval before then. Michelle P.W., that's a really good question. That's a really good question. And I am going to copy and paste this guy right here in the chat for y'all. And this is a Wall Street Journal article. Eric M1RV. No, that this doesn't go that far back. So, yeah. Yeah. Wild stuff, man. Wild stuff. Alien possessed machines. Could be. Could be. William Kays, that's a good question. I'm not sure this thing is going to require charging. It just has electrodes on it. So basically, you are the battery, right? Your brain is nothing but electrical impulses. You just need something sensitive enough. Oh, Hobson, I'm sorry. I mistook you. I thought you were going. You need a receptor sensitive enough to pick up those little tiny electrical impulses that our brain gives out, right? Winning streak, yeah. You got to be careful with static electricity and stuff like that. You got something like this in your brain. But this ties into the Neuralink. The Neuralink was a bit bigger and headed for different areas of the body, right? Neuralink wanted to control your electrons going through your spinal cord to put your legs in motion if your legs don't work, right? JBS. There's a lot of people will be walking around with USB charging ports in their heads. I'm good, no thanks. For real. For real. It's an implant. You can't fight back. You're not wrong, American Viking. American Viking, yeah, a lot of safety with implants, yeah, totally. Brett Guyver, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Yardbirds in the house. It's probably a clone, also. Definitely Doctor Who, for sure. Teresa, good to see you, sister. Sorry, just scrolling through the chat here. What do you think they'll do next? What do you think they'll do beyond these brain implants, right? I think it's like somebody said it earlier in the chat, the nanobots, right? The nanotechnology. I think they can go for full control, man. Full control of a human's body, their thoughts. Um, I think they're working on it, man. The internet of bodies, for real. I don't know, man. This is wild. Absolutely wild. I'm gonna dive off script here a little bit. We're gonna go into the Livingston man's favorite, Wikipedia. And let's look at brain computer interface. How many exist? The history of the brain computer interface starts with Hans Berger. Hans Berger's discovery of the brain's electrical activity and the development of electrophalography. That's a big word. In 1924. He was the first to record human brain activity utilizing an EEG. Berger was able to identify oscillatory activity such as the alpha waves. That's 8 to 13 hertz. Oh, snap, winning streak. That's deep right there. Blue butterfly, good to see you, sister. Huh. So, let's see if we can get a little further into this. Research. Oh, this goes deep. This goes deep. Okay, these are called invasive BCIs. They actually have an acronym for this, brain-computer interface, BCIs. Invasive BCIs require surgery to implant electrodes under the scalp for accessing brain signals. The main advantage is to increase accuracy. Downside includes side effects from the surgery, including scar tissue that can obstruct brain signals or the body potentially rejecting the implant. Right in your motor cortex, baby. Invasive BCI research has targeted repairing damaged sight and providing new functionality for people with paralysis. Invasive BCIs are implanted directly into the gray matter of the brain during neurosurgery. Because they lie in the gray matter, invasive devices produce the highest quality signals of BCI devices, but are prone to scar tissue buildup, causing the signal to weaken or disappear as the body reacts to the foreign object. Devil Dog Prepper, what's good, buddy? This is interesting. Movement, it goes on to say. BCI focusing on motor neuroprosthetics aims to restore movement in individuals with paralysis or promote devices to assist them, such as interfaces with computers or fucking robot arms, baby. I'm going to copy and paste this into the chat for everybody as well, because this shit's wild. Copy. And sorry, got to look around you. Paste. Boom. Eric, yeah. Probably. But these are brain probes. Huh. This is wild, man. This is wild. Communication in May 2021, a Stanford University team reported a successful proof of concept test that enabled a quadriplegic participant to produce English sentences about 86 characters per minute and 18 words per minute. The participant managed moving his hand to write letters, and the system performed handwriting recognition on electrical signals detected in his motor cortex, utilizing hidden Markov models and recurrent neural networks. Interesting. 2021, a study reported that a paralyzed patient was able to communicate 15 words per minute using a brain-implanted analyzed vocal tract motor neurons. What? This is wild. Holy shit. This is the Matrix. This is where it leads. Wow. Brain to brain communication. In the 1960s, a researcher, after training, used EEG to create Morse code using alpha waves. On the 27th of February 2013, Miguel Nicolas, a group at Duke University, and IINNELS connected to the brains of two rats, allowing them to share information in the first ever direct brain to brain interface. In 2013, Gerwin Shack reported that the ECOG signals can discriminate vowels and consonants embedded in spoken and imagined words, shedding light on the mechanisms associated with the production and could provide a basis for brain-based communication using imagined speech. Holy shit. This is incredible. Incredible. Okay, so this goes on to say future directions. A consortium of 12 European partners completed a roadmap to support the European Commission in their funding decisions of the Horizon 2020 framework program. The project was funded by the European Commission. It started in November 2013 and has published a roadmap in April 2015. A 2015 publication describes this project as well as the Brain-Computer Interface Society. It reviewed work within this project that further defined BCIs and applications, explored recent trends, discussed ethical issues, and evaluated direction for new BCIs. I think there's some serious freaking ethical issues here because what is this? Neural dust? Neural dust is a millimeter-sized devices operated as a wirelessly powered nerve sensor that were proposed in a 2011 paper from the University of California, Berkeley Wireless Research Center. In one model, local field potentials could be distinguished from action potential spikes, which would offer great diversity data versus conventional techniques. This is a freaking rabbit hole, man. I have got to climb out of here. Somebody pull me back. Pull me back. Pull me back. Paul Conroy, this is beyond RoboCop. This article is extensive, and here I'm gonna drop it in the chat here for everybody again. Click it, save it for later. After this stream, it'll be in the comments section. But this is wild, man. I didn't realize that the rabbit hole went this deep. I didn't realize that the studies have been going on for so long. So incredible. BCIs. Crocheted Gems. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. American Viking says alpha waves are physical and leave ripples around you. It can utilize, where'd it go? Man, this thing is jumping. Utilize an implant to hear thoughts from people without implants. That is crazy, American Viking. I believe it though, man. I believe it. I think we used some sort of sonic weapons when we invaded Iraq. The Iraqi soldiers were known to be fierce fighters, and a lot of them were found in the trenches cowering, scared to death, saying that they heard demonic voices and things like that, and they felt terror like never before. Wild. Cane Corso, for real. For real. Crazy stuff. Well, that rabbit hole was extremely interesting. The next article I would like to discuss with you guys this evening is all about the great state of New Yorkistan and our government who knows exactly what everybody wants, right? We know things are crummy here in the People's Republic of New Yorkistan. It's too expensive to even walk outside, right? Everything costs a fortune. It's disgusting how much things cost here. David Baez, good to see you. So, New York State has decided in its infinite wisdom to move ahead with an assisted suicide bill. They call it assisted dying. Aid in dying alive. Dozens of advocates who've spent years in the Capitol's hallways pushing for terminally ill New Yorkers to legally end their own lives with a physician's aid are finally seeking hope. The Assembly, having passed the Medical Aid in Dying Act last month, all eyes are on the Senate, where Democratic support for the measure has continued to grow over the last few years. Yuck. Thank you, Winning Streak. Appreciate it. Senate Majority Leader Andrew Stewart Cousins said today she will be moving the bill once her conference assesses enough support for a floor vote. I'm happy with the conversation is starting around death and dying, she said. I don't think that our culture was one that really embraced the conversation. Certainly more people have signed on to the Senate than had been over the past few years, and if I get the support, I'll certainly bring it to the floor. She noted that 25 senators are sponsoring the bill, which needs 32 votes to pass. Man, wild. You know, when Cuomo, when he was embroiled in a bunch of trouble, right? He essentially just passed medical marijuana, or I'm sorry, recreational marijuana for everybody. So, John Stevens, thanks, I guess. Static, sorry. Shouldn't be any static. There's just an air purifier running in the back. It's interesting. Yeah. Hobson, you're not kidding. Kevorkian would definitely turn over in his grave. This is wild. I mean, the stuff that they pulled here in New York with COVID and the nursing homes, that they said, you know, Cuomo wasn't responsible for. Sucks. I don't even know what to say about it. It was terrible. Shouldn't go unpunished, but it is. Now this, right? Now this. And what you'll see is like what you see in Canada now, where they're like, oh, well, have you considered suicide? We can hold your hand on the couch and see you off. Wild. Where do you draw the line, right? Sway, what's good? I don't. Some random dude, you're not wrong. It is hard to die with dignity. You have to have really strong family and really good support staff. You know, like you said, hospice is not cheap. $15,000 a month. It's wild, man. It's crazy. Can't afford to die. Prepared Irishman, he won't be my mayor. I'll tell you that right now. Maybe New Yorkers are stupid enough to elect this guy, right? Maybe. NYC, I think they're stupid enough to elect him for sure. He already got his hand slapped for taking money from the big donors, right? JBS. It's a slippery slope, isn't it? Once they have the legal hold on it, I don't think they really care. Honestly, I don't think they really care. terrible. I don't. I think they'll pass it. I think the next thing you'll see passed in New York is legalized prostitution, right? Irishman says, how much money you want to wager? I put $5 that says, if he runs, New York City will elect Andrew Cuomo. Ooh, old mutt. You ain't wrong. We got to get him away from the state, man. Privatize them and hold companies accountable for their actions. You have to create a standard, right? That's what it really needs to be, like a national one. Rural 2, I see the happy news is Bug Out Weekend is going down in 48 hours. That's right. Thursday, Bug Out Weekend is happening in Ohio. It's going down for real. Sway, hey man, if you were NYPD, you long for the day that you can retire, right? The oldest profession. Oh man. Jules, good to see you, sister. Thank you for popping in all the way from Canada. So yeah, New York wants to do the assisted suicide thing. I am totally against it, personally. I do understand that certain cases, people should be able to make that decision themselves. I don't think, I think they have to be capable enough to take the pill themselves. You know what I mean? If you put it that way. I don't think you need to put that on the conscience of a doctor, a nurse, anybody who has to administer those medications, right? I don't think that's right to make somebody have to do that. Some people probably more than willing to. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, Devil Dog says check-in starts in 36 hours and 18 minutes. Devil Dog, can you do me a favor and let Vision know? I will call him back in like 15 minutes or so. I saw that he called once I went live, so. Man, listen. This world gone mad ain't getting any better. Neil's good to see you. Thank you for popping in this evening. Gnostic Nomad, what's up? Miko says Washington State already has suicide. Some random dude, the everything is closed, man. Unfortunately, if you haven't already registered, there is no room at the inn. You will have to wait for the fall one. Absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. I'm definitely going to be totally bumming that I can't be there. I really wish I could. I do. JBS, all good, man. Wish I could be there to meet you. Oh, the Snorador is awake. And what else do we have going on here? Oh, we do have a whole nother article that I want to talk to you guys about. This one I thought was a little interesting. This one is from thesun.com. Copy and paste. Do it, Devil Dog. Drink it in my honor, please. Please. Those were good, man. F-16 hit by a drone in Arizona. Might hear nothing about it, Niels. We'll check it out in just a second here. I'll dive right in and see what we can find. This article says, many blessings. Pope Leo laughs as he issues a cryptic 6-word message for Americans after J.D. Vance criticism. Interesting. A cryptic message from the Pope. We all gonna die. Leo, who's still in his first week as a new pope after being elected on Thursday, was responding to a reporter who asked if he had any comments for his home country when he made a cryptic remark. I can't wait to hear what this cryptic remark is. Holy Father, a message for the United States, a News Nation reporter asked. Many, the pontiff laughed as he replied. May God bless you all. Pope Leo is the first American to ascend to the papacy, representing the 53 million Catholics living across the U.S. However, since he was elected pontiff on May 8th, many have speculated about his relationship with President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. The Pope shared in an article criticizing Vance's comments about a hierarchy of who you love in Christianity on a social media account under his name. There is a Christian concept that if you love your family, then you love your neighbor, and then you love your community, and then you love your fellow citizens, and then after that, prioritize the rest of the world, Vance said on January 29th. A lot of the far left has completely inverted that. The article titled J.D. Vance is Wrong, Jesus Doesn't Ask for Us to Rank Our Love for Others, argues that the scripture encourages followers to love everyone equally. Okay, so his cryptic statement was, may God bless you all. Interesting. Julie Detroit, good to see you. Hope all is well. In April, the then Cardinal shared an article written by a Catholic writer and asked if Trump saw the suffering caused by his policies. Is your conscience not disturbed? A Catholic Church analyst, Roscoe Palmalta, wrote. How can you stay quiet? Leo has echoed the statements of his predecessor, Pope Francis, about the treatment of immigrants in the U.S. Well, looks like the Pope and the Trumpster are not quite seeing eye to eye on immigration issues. Go figure, right? Eric, you have a great night, brother. Copy and paste one more time. Trev Terror, what up? Boom, boom, boom. One more time. The Sun, U.S., all about the Pope and the Trump beef. Beefing with the Pope, man. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. Last thing you want is the president beefing with a Pope from Chicago. Doesn't sound like it's going to end well. Sounds like some Jimmy Hoffa stuff, right? Oh, Judy Prepper. Well said. Go ahead and just open the doors of the Vatican and invite all of the folks seeking asylum in, right? Do it. Do it. Don't be a hypocrite. Niels, agreed. Agreed. I was raised as a Catholic, but man, people need to be held accountable for their actions. It doesn't matter who you are. Ohio Valley Prepping, I am not going to Bug Out Weekend, my friend. I cannot be there. I cannot be there. I've got way too much going on here, and finances are not there for me to make the trip to Ohio. I really wish I could. I've spoke with Trent, and we're going to see if there's a way I can do something to help out from home here, but I can't, one, afford the trip. Two, I can't be away from work at this time. I've got a nose to the grindstone. Yeah, you start a new business and all of a sudden you get busy. JBS, you're not wrong. I agree. The world is twisted. Rural, have 2 cups of coffee, my friend. Have 2 cups of coffee for me. Yardbird says, it sounds like the chat wants to go to heaven for the climate and hell for the company. Ohio Valley, me too. Me too. I have to, I got to get things done, right? I got to get things done. Hobson, you shared out the stream, man. You're doing the things. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. That's the best way we can grow here. Subscribers have been leaving, I guess. I don't know. Content sucks, Mike. Handmade Viking chairs? Right on, Nomad. I'm in for a handmade Viking chair as soon as I get some money. Miko Wolf, yeah. Vision preparedness, no worries, bro. I'll be calling you in like a few minutes here. A few minutes here. Hope all is well, my friend. Paul, no worries. You don't get in trouble for that around here. Yeah. Pope and the Trumpster beefing. Assisted suicide in the People's Republic of New Yorkistan coming soon. If you tag, everything's getting tagged with Bug Out Weekend and Vision Preparedness, and I will be searching for those tags all weekend. So, yep, it's true. Let's see, we got on to the brain implants, right? That was crazy. We went down that rabbit hole all the way to the Wikipedia. Be safe if you're traveling, right? Especially if you're traveling to Bug Out Weekend. Make sure you have everything you need to keep yourself on the road. I'm not saying carry like 50 gas cans. I'm not saying that. I'm saying make sure your tires have proper air pressure in them. Do a walk around, make sure all your lights and everything work. Some random dude, you have a great night, bro. Trev Terry, yeah, passed one of the steps already, and they're working on the second one, so could be a thing here. I think the next thing that we'll see is legalized prostitution in the People's Republic of New Yorkistan. So, yeah, New York's gotten so bad, they're going to start doing assisted suicides now. And Trump did offer Iran the choice, maximum pressure or drop nuclear weapons altogether. Hobson, yeah, I've seen it. I've seen mass migrations, right? Mass migrations. It's not good. I've seen gas stations in a whole town go dry. Whole entire town go dry. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. You don't want to be there. How bad is what, Paul? Little pink houses in Nevada. You know it savagely. It's so the radiation doesn't burn the paint off your house. Maximum overdrive. You're not wrong, the Watchman. Move to Kentucky, be free. David, you ain't wrong. New Hampshire, last vestige of freedom here in the Northeast. The mass exodus was everybody was traveling to see totality of the solar eclipse. And the Livingston man, myself, and my brother decided that we were going to go to my family's place up in the Adirondacks in the high peaks. They were just into the path of totality, right? Where you got just a brief period of totality up there. I think it was like 2 minutes or something like that. So we decided we were going to travel 2.5-hour trip. Now, mind you, folks were there to have a good time. They were there to check out a celestial spectacle, right? Nobody was in danger. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was scared. Everybody was driving to have fun. Yet still, people running other people off the road, people driving up the shoulder because they didn't want to be in traffic, GPS routing you to a back road that's already at a standstill, but they want to get you off the highway, right? Get you around this stoppage. Well, it didn't work. Stuck in traffic is an understatement. You will run out of gas on the highway and then be forced to walk. If you're not the first one out the door when SHTF, Yardbirds, but it's like a permanent rush hour that, once the first couple cars run out of gas and some asshole crashes on this shoulder and then on that shoulder, you ain't going anywhere. Happy Mac, you've seen it. You've seen it. I've got some footage of it. We waited like 3.5 hours after totality. We figured we'd give everybody a chance to get off the roads and then we'd give it a shot, right? 3.5 hours later, wasn't any better. Wasn't any better at all. It took us 6.5 hours to get back home from a 2.5 hour trip. Gas stations were completely sucked dry of fuel. There was no gas. It's terrible, man. It was terrible. Happy Mac, there is no way that you could get the vehicles and the people out of NYC. There's no way. They would tell them all to shelter in place so they all died at home. I tell you right now, that's the plan for everybody, because they know with the population density that we have now in certain cities and towns that they're not even going to tell you to evacuate. They're just going to tell you to shelter in place. That's it. Don't go outside. Stay in your home. Shelter in place. There's no evacuation plan for you. You have to make your own. Don't wait until there's a problem. Make a plan now. If you have freight rail nearby, you should definitely have a bug out plan. If you have a power plant nearby, a chemical facility, anything along those, major highway, right? Because sometimes all you need is one of them big trucks to flip over with some nasty stuff in it and lights out for everybody. Super important to have an exit strategy, no matter where you're at. JBS, pace plan, everything. That's not just a comms thing. That's everything. Because as soon as you implement that plan, as soon as the first thing goes wrong, the whole plan is shot. So, Eric, I think it's so they're not picking up people everywhere. Hopefully they only have to search for the dead in their homes and not all along the highways, right? I honestly think that may be their approach to something like that. I don't know. I know that the roadways around here cannot support that kind of movement of people. They don't have the buses, they don't have the trains, they ain't got it. Watchman, be safe, bro. Yeah, I gotta get out of here too. The Angry Prepper is on in like 1 minute. I gotta go over there and do moderation duty, swing that big blue wrench, Appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining me on this Too Soon to Tell Tuesday. I will hopefully catch you tomorrow night for the We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Much appreciated, folks. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. We'll catch you on the next one.